Hey everyone, Rene Bastarache here, and we are live again. And I'd like to say hello and welcome those who are already with us and those who are coming on. And I'm just kind of doing my adjustments right now. And I feel like a chiropractor doing adjustments. Hey, Peter. Peter from New Jersey is here. And oops, that goes that way. That goes. And let's see. Hopefully I'm coming in okay and I'm making myself a little bit bigger. Hey, there we go. Welcome, Peter. Good to see you here. And who else do we have on right now? We tried a few different things. We sent out a invitation to everyone to let them know. One of those, just click on it, and here we are. Hopefully that worked. And today, I know yesterday we did it with the cell phone. Today I'm right back doing the YouTube beta program one again. We want to giving it another shot. I did a little research, actually quite a bit of research on it today to find out everything we could find out about this YouTube beta, the new YouTube program they have out. And I guess quite a few people are using it. But one of the things I noticed is they said that you should use it on Chrome. So today I'm on Chrome. And oh, there's Raluca, she's on. And JM from Columbia, Maryland. Wow, I'm getting everybody from Maryland and New Jersey. You're all in that area. So anyways, I said that this program should be on Chrome, so that's what we're doing. And while waiting for everybody to come in, I'm going to go ahead and tell you folks about this new YouTube beta program. For those of you, if any of you do live broadcasts is a great thing. Especially if you want to be able to speak with your members and get to know them. Hi, Joe. Good to see you, Joe. This new YouTube Live, the way it is you can actually just click a button and go live, just like you do with the cell phone. You can go live on YouTube on the cell phone. In the past, you weren't able to just click a button and go. In the past, you needed something like either Google Hangouts, or you needed another kind of a client to take care of the videos. What's this other one I use? The name of it is, I got it hidden behind here. ABS Studio. Okay, ABS Studio is another one. That's actually a gaming program, but it works great for doing live videos. The nice thing about ABS Video is you have like two screens like a studio, so I can click from one screen, click to another, put commercials in or advertisements. So those are some of the things you can't do with this YouTube Live, with the new beta program. You don't have screen sharing, so I can't use it for teaching. But again, it's new. I'm hoping it's going to adjust. It's going to come around. So you can't do screen sharing with it. You can't do any kind of announcement in advance. You know how sometimes they'll say, we're coming on tomorrow at 3 o'clock. So there's no calendar, no scheduling. It's just pretty much what you see is what you get. There you are. But it does have a chat thing on the right. So let's see. Hi, Jennifer. Jennifer is from, okay, Jennifer's from Maryland. Okay. And we have, I'll see you soon, I guess is the name. It's when they don't put spaces, it's hard for me. I'll see you soon. Where are you from there? I'll see you soon. And Tanya is from Connecticut. Oh, getting closer, getting closer. So we went from Maryland to, let's see, Pennsylvania, to New Jersey, to Connecticut. So getting closer up. Somebody says they're from New Hampshire. We're going to we'll start having a live studio audience. How's that? Orange, New Jersey. Oh, New Jersey has two. We have a competition going on. And so anyways, for those of you who just came on, like I said, we're talking about this new YouTube Live beta program. That's kind of what we're doing, is we're practicing with it to see how it goes. For those of you that have been watching for the last few days, we came in at 12 o'clock, but over the weekend during the holiday. And, Joe's from New Jersey too, so we have 3 New Jerseys. And when it was, we had a problem. One of the last times I used it, I got cut off, so we had to do part A and part B. And it cut off some of the best stuff we were talking about. It was coming in pixelated. I guess it's having a hard time handling a lot of the busy time, the peak time. But I'm hoping that with Chrome, we're not going to have that problem. Hi, Eugene, Pennsylvania, Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I really love that area. Eugene, you got a guest house I can move into? Luca and I will be over there probably next week. How's that? I love that area. It's quiet. Okay, we used to travel down there a lot when we were living in Philly. So let's see. How many of you, do any of you guys, any of you folks, guys or girls, when I say guys, that's kind of like a neutral, gender neutral term for me. So do any of you guys do YouTube broadcasting, put YouTube videos up? Let's see how many of you do that. Advertising through YouTube. You can say yes or no. And, or I should first ask, how many of you have a business? So if you are self-employed, if you're a hypnotherapist and you have an office, whatever you do, go ahead and type it in, and I'll even give you a shout out. I'll let people know what you do. It'll be, she does this, he does that. Go to this site. How's that? So let's see. Here's some shameless self-advertising for you. So Eugene, yes, you have a business, or yes, you do YouTube advertising. How about anybody else? If you do any YouTube advertising or you have a business, Eugene is a reflexologist and a master acupressurist. I almost freaked out. I thought it was acupuncture. I could just picture myself lying down on a table looking like a porcupine. But acupressure is a lot like acupuncture, but using pressure points rather than needles, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. And let's see, JM, I'm a licensed therapist and hypnotherapist in private practice. Ooh, and that's, let me go back here. And that was in Connecticut, I believe, right? Did I have that right? Well, anyways, Eugene says, yes, I'm right. So we have hypnotherapists in private practice. We have acupressurists and reflexologists and, Columbia, I'm sorry. Sorry, it's kind of hard for me to remember all the different people who, I have a hard time with two choices, how two things, never mind all these different ones. I'm going to have to do my hypnosis from memory. You'll remember more. There we go. I'm all better now. So we have all kinds of people here, and that's great. It's great that we have other hypnotherapists and different kind of business people. And now, do either one of you do YouTube to get people to come to your site, or do you just do local? I know with therapy that you can do online, just like, or hypnosis, you can do online hypnosis. So that would be a great idea for you to consider to advertise your business online. Of course, you can get a lot of the people for doing telephone therapy, or you can do it through YouTube. You can do it through Skype. So there's a lot of different areas you can do that with. I haven't used, okay, so there you go. Go ahead and try it. I think with this new YouTube beta program, when it first came out, you needed to have, I believe it was 1,000 people, 1,000 followers to start. And I think just recently they dropped it down to you only need to have 100. So 100 followers isn't bad. They might have even dropped it down more since then. Usually when they start something out with a beta program, they try to make it a lot higher, 10,000, sometimes 100,000. And then eventually they'll drop it down and let everybody do it. So they're just trying to get the people, I think, that have been doing it for a long time, so they don't have to, answer too many questions to get it going. Let's see what else we got over here. All right. So let's see. So we got two people who are self-employed. And my question to both of you is, why aren't you working? Gotcha. I thank you for watching. I just had to catch it. So you're probably going to come back and say lunch breaks. So what does everybody else do? If everyone else isn't self-employed, what do you do? I'd like to hear what everyone does. This is a chat time to have fun, get to know each other. So let's see. Peter, you can tell me. And who else is out in here? Joe. There's all kinds of people in here. And I'll see you soon. Go ahead and let me know what you do for work, if you work. Or if you don't work, what do you do for fun? What do you do with your time? That's what I'm getting at. Oh, Eugene, talk about business hours. I work 1:30 to 8 p.m. Someone likes to sleep in, huh? Mm. I like your hours. I think I'm going to start doing that. Let's see. Oh, hi, Darlene. Good to see you. And Peter, currently on disability. Okay. I guess you have some pretty good hours too. So that's, let's see. And Darlene, what we're doing is we're finding out about everyone, Darlene, everyone, and let us know what you do for work. If you're a practitioner, if you're regular, if a therapist, bus driver, whatever it is, let us know what you do, and if you use YouTube advertising at all. Okay, now we're going to go back to those. Joe, I'm working 2 part-time jobs. Yikes. But I'd like to be an entrepreneur and not have to work for anyone else. That's a mouthful. Now, 100 years ago, okay, when I was just a pup, going back to that, I've been self-employed for a little over 30 years. But when I started out 100 years ago, okay, right out of high school, I went into the military. So I had a boss, Uncle Sam, for 11 years. Then I got out and I worked for supermarkets, and oh my gosh, I had bosses. And then I got into sales and I had bosses. And then I finally became self-employed, started my own sales organization, actually my own insurance company. And I liked the feeling of it. And then, of course, I was an entertainer. I worked for a theme park, again, self-employed. And, of course, hypnosis for the last 20-something years. But the thing is, to have to work for someone now, Luca and I were talking about that. Can you imagine what it would be like if I had to go to work for somebody? I think I'd be fired by noon. The first time somebody would say, hey, go sweep the floor, I'd like, no, you go sweep the floor. Entrepreneurs are a terrible lot for taking instructions, okay? Let's see. Tanya, hi. I work in retail. Oh, my sympathies. But no, actually, that's a great name. Work in retail. So what kind of retail? You work in a store? Do you work salesperson? Do you see? I just have to know everything. I'm one of these gossip people. I got to know everything about everyone. But okay, those of you that aren't practitioners or entrepreneurs but do have your own business, what are you doing for advertising? Let's talk a little bit about advertising. Maybe we can help somebody out here who's self-employed. So we'll go this way. Anyone who's self-employed, let me know a little bit about your business, how you're advertised. We'll see if we can give you some help. And for those of you who aren't self-employed and would like to, maybe we can kind of help you to inch your way in. How's that? And if you see me keep on going like this, well, that's where my column of the chat room is. Let's see. Maybe I can move that around so I don't look like I'm going way down all the time. And oops, hey, look at that. That works. So now I don't have to look way down there. Matter of fact, yeah. Okay. Let's see. I work part-time as a cashier, and I'm slowly building my hypnosis practice. Do massage for donations only, and I create paintings. Now, my question is, do you create paintings while you're doing the massage? That would be cool. Think of that. You're massaging them and painting on the side, or while the client's on their stomach, you can give them a paintbrush and they can be down there painting. Oh, call it massage paint. Now, before you think that's crazy, okay, they have a place in Portland, Maine, where you go in. It's kind of like a studio. You go in and everybody has easels and they paint. You tell you what to paint and they give you cocktails and drinks while you're doing it, which I guess helps you to paint better. So it's like a drink paint shop or something like that. So just see, if you combine some of these things, it can be a unique niche that nobody else is doing. So if you do massage painting, okay, I get a cut. Or you send me every other painting so I can have massage paintings on my walls here. Let's see what else we got going on here. Raluca says, what challenges do you have in your business? Raluca, are you asking me? I have plenty of challenges. I have this boss. Her name is Raluca. Oops. Oh, wait, she can hear that. She's in the other room. I love my boss. Whew, got out of that one, didn't I? Okay. I work for a grocery store. Okay. When I got out of the military, Tanya, that's what Tawny, I'm sorry. That's what I did. I actually went to, I got out of the military. No, excuse me. I went on a police department for a while, for about a year and a half. Then I went to Hannaford Brothers, which is the big chain up here in Maine, New Hampshire, and I worked with them for about 4 years. So actually, it was pretty good work. I enjoyed it. Well, I enjoyed it without having the boss. So good. So Eugene, this is why I figured hypnotherapy, because my clients tell me that I'm a good listener and I'll do better and give them a different kind of treatment. There you go. If you're a good listener, but you have to be a good talker too. Well, the good thing about hypnosis is you don't need to be a good public speaker, because it's the only place you can be a public speaker when your audience has their eyes closed. Okay, so you can be kind of like this. Okay, I'd like to tell you a certain thing today. Close your eyes. And now, okay, so you can be reading right off the script. Just don't be doing this a lot. And, I see people, students sometimes, they go from one script to the other. And you hear this, so you don't want to wiggle your papers. But go ahead. You're a public speaker doing that. I use Psychology Today. I have a website and I get referrals from insurance companies. Ooh. So you advertise in Psychology Today? I always wondered how it would be to advertise. I believe Psychology Today is a magazine, right? Now, again, I'm thinking of a magazine as in paper, but I imagine Psychology Today is probably an online magazine, or is it still being sent out as a magazine? That's a good question. They have an online website that you can advertise on. Okay. Yeah, I've often thought about advertising in magazines. I've done it in newspapers and different kind of, weeklies and dailies and free ones and Subway ones, but I never did it in a magazine. I guess with that, it might be a little more expensive, but they have it there and they always see it. The only advertisement I really, I'm going to show you what my pastimes are. The only advertisements I see in magazines are fishing lures and motors from all my Field and Stream, Sports of Fields, and the fishing magazines. So that's probably why I don't advertise them. Be hypnotized while fishing. So that might not work out. Great idea. There's a snake massage. I use Facebook for advertising. Yes, Darlene, I saw the snake massage. I believe I saw it on a YouTube video just recently, where they had this people lying down. They came and they put these huge boa constrictors on them, and they had, the one I saw had 2 huge boa constrictors. And I have to say, it seemed interesting, but I don't know how relaxed I'd be, And I think of that poem, all of a sudden you feel something on your foot and you go, oh no, he's up to my toe. Oh heck, he's up to my leg. Oh, fiddle, he's up to my middle, kind of as he swallows you. Oh, dread, he's up to my... Okay, well, you had to be there. But snake massage. But see, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. It's just so different, such a niche. It's not going to be a lot of competition. The only way you can beat snake massage is by having maybe a venomous snake massage, okay? Where the venom can kind of give you a buzz, kind of like drinking and painting. But that might not be a great idea. Nobody copy that one, okay? That's copywritten. You can't use it. Okay. Let's see. What am I missing here? I'm talking so much. I'm missing my fun chats here. Let's see. Is wisdom still around? Yes, Raluca, it is. Actually, she caught me when I said I hadn't advertised in a magazine before. I've advertised in Wisdom magazine. And are you familiar with that? I know they're big, I think from probably Maryland north. They have 3 divisions. They have the northern, the central, which I think is Connecticut, New York, and then the south, which is Pennsylvania. But they're a spiritual magazine, and you'll find a lot of things in there for hypnosis, for metaphysics, past life regression. John Edwards used to advertise in there, Sylvia Brown, so different psychic work. So that was a good magazine. Let's see. I'm getting a lot of LOLs. Come on, LOLs isn't giving me something to talk about. LOL, all you have to do is go like that. Let's use more fingers, okay? Let's do some typing. Keep it going here. So, now someone earlier, was that Tawny that said I do something for donations. I'm just curious why you would do any kind of treatment for donations. I know with hypnosis, I mean, that's great if it works out for you, but I know with hypnosis, a lot of times people starting out will say, well, I want to do it for donations, or I want to do it for free just till I get comfortable. And I go, when you do something for free, I know with hypnosis, with this market, when you do something for free, that's usually what people think it's worth, pretty much nothing. The more people pay for a session, the more committed they're going to be to change. Give you an example, a smoker, okay? Smoker has his pack of cigarettes, comes in to see you, and he says, I want to quit smoking. You hypnotize him for $10. He's a friend. You want to give him a break. He walks out. He does good for a day, 2 days. Third day, he starts getting a craving, and he goes, takes a cigarette and goes, it was only $10. I'm going to go ahead, smoke, and go see Rene again. However, if I charged him $200 for that session, he would go out, have a craving, he'd take that cigarette, and he'd go, oof, $200. I'm going to try a little harder. You see what I mean? The commitment, the more you charge, well, first of all, the better they think you are, because the higher charging ones usually, well, they must have been doing it a long time, but the more commitment there is. So, just something to think about. That's why I tell our clients never do it for free, because first of all, they're going to feel like they're doing you a favor, and chances are they're going to smoke or whatever right afterwards. Let's see. I would love to get more hypnosis clients. There you go. Unfortunately, with hypnosis or with pretty much any one of these fields we're talking about, whether it be massage, acupressure, acupuncture, unless you're in a medical park where people are coming to you, pretty much if you're an entrepreneur, you're number one, a marketer, number two, a hypnotherapist or whatever. So in this kind of a job, you need to be constantly advertising. Right now, we're doing some paid YouTube advertising. Of course, our websites, I mean, we must have, well, I lost count years ago, but we have literally hundreds, possibly thousands of websites, because we're constantly putting them up. I have websites out there that I don't even know exist. Matter of fact, I have complete URLs out there that I don't even know exist. The other day I found one. Oh, that's mine, isn't it? We ought to cancel that. Okay. So if you're not advertising, it's going to be tough to keep business. What happens is people will advertise, they get a lot of clients, and they go, oh, I got a lot of clients, and they stop advertising because they're doing well, and then it dips. So that's why your business kind of goes up and down and up and down. So it needs to be a constant advertising all the time. And with hypnosis, again, the bread and butter has pretty much always been, if it's a local business, has always been newspaper. And of course, the internet's very important if it's not just that. Let's see. So true. I made that mistake starting out, Eugene. You did the freebies? Okay. Yeah, I've been telling a lot of people that. Just last week, someone was telling me I'm having a hard time getting clients. I advertise in the newspaper. I tell them I'm going to do it for free. That's why they're not coming, because they say, well, if he's doing it for free, he can't be good. They're going to go see the guy that's charging $150. I got something else to tell you about that in a minute. Let's see. Darlene, that was me. I'm not licensed for massage in Nevada, only in California. I would have to spend approximately, yikes, $5,000 to $10,000 for reschooling, and have been in practice in California for 15 years. Darlene, can't you call yourself something different? I know, and I'm going to teach you one of my tricks here, okay? Hypnosis. There's a few states where you cannot call yourself a hypnotherapist unless you have a medical degree, such as Florida, I believe Arizona, I think even Connecticut. I'm not really sure. But different states have different rules. But a lot of people will go out and get their, what's the word I'm looking for? Their minister's license. Okay, you can get a minister's license online out of California for $10. So if you are a legal minister, you can do counseling, which could include relaxation techniques, which is basically hypnosis, in some of those states. Okay, so there's ways around it. I don't know if there is with massage. Going back to what we said before, how about an artist with touch technique, or a relaxation specialist? I know in New Jersey, when we're in Philadelphia, you can call yourself a hypnotherapist, but in New Jersey, they had the law where it would be a hypno counselor, I think they call it. So, different places have different things. It's something to consider. $10,000 for reschooling. That's crazy, especially since you already know how to do it. Wow. Doing massages for donation breaks no law in Nevada. Okay. Or you can say, somebody says, how much do you charge? Well, it's a $200 donation. I like that when you tell them what the donation is going to be. So then you're still getting your fee. That's actually good that you figured that out. Doing it, I like that. There's no laws for donations, so just tell them what the donation is. And Eugene says, do a local promotion on an event where the advertisement is read to the public. Great idea. Here's something that you probably all can use, okay? Here's one of my inside techniques we teach in the association. Whenever starting out a new business, especially as a practitioner of some sort, or something where you're self-employed, volunteer, okay, to do a couple presentations for your local, what do they call that, adult education. For instance, over here in the town I live in, Biddeford, there's a place, Biddeford High School. They have Biddeford Adult Ed, and they're in charge of, they have an adult education program. Now, this is the kind of program where you can go to, you might spend 10 or 15 bucks and do quilting, painting. Raluca actually taught voice years ago. She taught piano and voice because for those of you that don't know, when I met Raluca way in the early years, okay, she actually is a professional, or was a professional opera singer. So when she came to America, she was teaching, we had a business, and it was Raluca's voice and piano. So you can go and do these kind of things. Actually, she was teaching a choir there for a while. I did hypnosis classes there. I did past life regression. Just like 1 or 2 classes. And here's what happens if you do this for adult ed. First of all, the adult ed, they will pay you. Usually they might give you, I think at the time, this was years ago I did it, I think it was like $17 an hour, but I only was there a couple hours, or they gave you a cut on each student in the class. But the reason you're doing it is they have a pamphlet that goes out maybe, I think each quarter they send one out for the different, parts of the school year, because they do this right through the summer. And in that pamphlet, they advertise everyone that's going to be teaching. So if let's say you're doing hypnosis, you're teaching maybe relaxation techniques. They will say, Eugene Ostheim is doing relaxation classes for only $10 a night. Bring your friends. Here's a little bit about Eugene. They'll give a little write-up. And the thing is, that goes to every household in the city. Can you see how that's great? I mean, imagine what it would cost if you had to pay for that to get in a publication that got into that many people with that much information in it. I mean, and this is something that a lot of people who want to get ahead, who want to learn, who care about themselves will read. So it's not just something they're going to get and throw it away. It doesn't look like an advertisement. It's classes, it's training. You can get nursing classes, all kinds of stuff there. So that's something to consider. Another thing that's good for is the reason I only did 2 sessions or 2, what I did was I'd go in and I'd do a group past life regression. Then I'd take the person that responded the best, have them come in the front of the class, and I'd do an individual one so they could see the difference, how much stronger an individual past life regression session is. Now, everyone in the class is like, wow, I'd like to do that. Wow, I'd like to do that. But this is my last meeting here, okay? So I let them know, hey, we have an office downtown or whatever town you're in, and if you sign up before the end of the class today, we'll give you $30 off a past life regression session. So you can get a lot of future bookings that way as well. So, in fact, Anita, she's not watching, so I'm going to talk about Anita. One of my graduates years ago who specialized in past life regression was doing this for the adult ed for 9 different adult ed classes in Southern Maine and New Hampshire. And that's how she did just that to completely build a full-time past life regression office, because they advertised in 9 of those cities for her. So just something to consider. Let's see what else we get here. Let's see, JM, do you ever provide any written curriculum kits for teaching small seminars, etc.? Well, actually, we have online, we actually have a small course. We have the larger course, but we have a small one which is a group course teaching how to do group sessions, the basic format of how to set up, how to get there, how to make money, back of room sales. And for hypnosis, our free hypnosis manual has a section on groups as well, which gives the, if you were going to do, let's say, group smoking or group weight loss, it gives all the scripts and everything that I do. But that's kind of like pretty brief, but the group course actually teaches a lot about that. So, and you can find that, of course, American School of Hypnosis.com, which the link is going to be below this at the end, because I have links to all our different things, and right on our online store. Let's see. Feroz Ayab. Hi, Feroz. Says, hello, Rene. If I want to learn stage hypnosis, how long would the training take? Well, I don't know if you know hypnosis at all. I mean, if you're a hypnotherapist already.
Don't have any experience, he says.
Oh, no experience. I'm sorry. Well, Luca just told me. Okay. Oh, I see. There's the next comment. I don't have any experience right now. Okay, without experience, you want to know a little bit about hypnosis. We do have a comedy hypnosis course online. In fact, I did comedy hypnosis probably for about 13 years straight. I did all the local high schools and clubs, and I actually did it at a theme park for about 5 years. I did like 2 shows every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at a local theme park, comedy hypnosis. So we have a course that teaches that, but you're going to want to know the basics of hypnosis first. In fact, I tell people a comedy hypnosis course is great to teach you all the in-depth and all that. It teaches you how to get bookings, where to get agents, how to advertise, from fairs and all that. But the hypnosis certification course itself, once you learn how to do hypnosis, you will have all the basics down for being able to do a comedy show. That's how I initially got started years ago. I didn't have any comedy training. I just took, I was a certified hypnotherapist, took the same training as what we have in our home study course. And boom, I think the first show I ever did was at Hesser College. I mean, it was kind of a nightmare. I had a couple of pretty bad things that happened, but I learned from that, and I continued and eventually got really good at it, had a lot of bookings, and then created the comedy hypnosis course using a lot of my mistakes. So how long does it take? As long as it takes you to study. I mean, our hypnosis certification course, I mean, most people take a few weeks to a few months, but you can actually do it in a week. And once you've done that, the comedy course, again, just a matter of a few days. So you can be up and working in a couple of days, depending how much time you want to put into it. So that's how to make a short story long, right? Let's see. We'll check it out. I don't have any experience. Okay. I have listened to your videos about marketing, and I like the intro envelope package. Oh, don't you? Yeah, that works really well with businesses with the gift certificate inside. I have a few mystical spiritual stores that I need to get these together for. Yeah, those mystical stores, metaphysics stores, whatever, are a really great place to partner with. Not only will they let you, I mean, there's a couple things they can do for you. Those metaphysical stores will actually let you come in, a lot of them, and do groups, and they advertise, almost like the adult ed. They advertise to all their people because they get a cut off of it. Or you can even use them for individual sessions. I know a lot of people that don't have an office that want to get into hypnosis and saying, how am I going to do it? I can't afford an office. Get a hold of metaphysical centers or different places like that and ask if you could do a consignment thing. They would advertise for you. When they get a booking, they get maybe 30%. You come in, use their office, and do it. In fact, back when I started out, okay, years ago, I started out initially in my home, but I had it set up as an office. The house I bought used to belong to the dean of the local college across the street. So he had half the house business, half the house. And from there, I actually split an office with what was he? An allergist. And he had an office in a local medical park here by Bedford Hospital. And he had an office, medical office in Sanford. So I rented one of his offices out of each place is 1 day a week. So 2 days a week, I was working out of his medical office, and and the rest of the time at home. And the nice thing is, when you're with a doctor, it gives you a lot of credibility. I was able to put my brochures on his counter, which brought in a lot of business. And one of his offices, his main office in the medical park, he didn't have a spare room. So I did it on Tuesdays, which is his day off, and I actually used his office. It was funny because he was also a Jewish rabbi, and he had a picture on his desk of he and his family, of course, with the yarmulke and the big beard, looks very rabbi-ish. And people would come in and look at the picture and they'd say, "You have a nice family." And I just look at him and say, "Thank you." I don't look anything like him. He had dark hair. Of course, I have silver here. Okay. And so it was kind of fun to be able to do that. And the thing is, the secretary was there. So I had a secretary letting me know when people were coming in and everything. Let's see. Is a one-on-one training possible? We do have one-on-one trainings for certification, but not for comedy hypnosis. For the one-on-one training or for the 6-day training, you would again go on the site, go to where it says, what does it say? There's a place for instructors. I think it says find a location near you, and we have the instructors. Matter of fact, on our main page, choosehypnosis.com, way down the bottom, it'll show you all the different locations. You click on it, and it'll bring you to the instructor in that area. We have instructors all over the world in the United States. But I don't teach here out of the main location just because we're too busy doing everything else. But yeah, we can do it with a 3-day class, one-on-one. Let's see. JM, LOL, that's funny. Well, thank you. So what was the other thing? There was something I said I wanted to get back to and tell you about, and I can't remember what it was. Somebody remind me. What was it? Oh, my first comedy show, Hesse College. I will never forget that. Here's what happened, okay? I had, again, in our comedy hypnosis, it's called the Comedy Hypnosis Bible, part of the course. It has, hundreds of skits that you can put together to make your show. So I had little 3x5 cards, so figure a bunch of cards this size. And on each one of them, I had a different skit that I was going to do with like a reminder. So I can kind of go to my little podium, grab the card, and throw that one and take the next one, take the next one, take the next one. So I had this on a round, I shouldn't say podium, a round table. It was my magic table because I was also, when I was at this theme park, I was also a magician. Ooh. So anyways, I had it on my little magic table and all these cards sitting there. So I was all proud of myself. I got up, I went up front, introduced myself. I said, "Welcome everyone, my name is Rene." And I went like that, my hand went that way. I hit the table fell over, and all my 3x5 cards, about 25 of them, all in order, went flying all over the floor, all mixed up. Now, when you're doing comedy hypnosis, it's just like doing the Aaron's depth scale or the depth levels of hypnosis. You have to do a level 1 skit, then a level 2 skit, then a level 3 skit. You can't just get into having somebody forget their name. It's not going to work right away. You got to start with, they can't move, they can't open their eyes, they can't move their hands, the simple catalepsies. Then you get into the amnesia and, hallucinations. So there's a level for everything to happen. And I had all my skits in those levels. So remember, my first show, everything went flying. And I was like, I picked them up, and they were all a mess. So that was my first mistake. Then my second, I finally got it together. And again, I've been an entertainer long enough that I can kind of make anything look okay, like I planned it that way. So then I was doing this one skit where I was going to have a man was supposed to be on one side of the stage and a woman on the other side of the stage, facing away from each other. At a certain cue, they were going to turn around, look at each other as their long-lost loves, run up to each other and give each other a big hug. Now, these people don't even know each other, and I was going to be playing Whitney Houston's "I Will Always Love You" in the background. It looked like a pretty funny thing to do. So at the certain point, they turned around, the man looked at the woman looked at the man, Whitney Houston's music came on, they ran towards each other, the woman ran right past the man, kept on going, ran outside the door, and I didn't see her for the rest of the show. I was like, you could hear a pin drop in the audience. Again, being the consummate entertainer, I just looked at the audience and said, I guess she didn't love him. And what actually happened is, just so you know, and this is why it's important to understand hypnosis first, because everyone was saying, oh, you lost her, you got to go after her. No, as soon as she made the conscious decision to pass him and to leave the building, okay, she was in control of her mind, because you can't be out of control. Hypnotists do not control you, okay? So what happened was, you won't do anything against your will in hypnosis that you don't want to do. Nothing against your nature or your standards. Come to find out afterwards, she was like one of the head cheerleaders at the school. The man was kind of like the school geek, the school nerd. She didn't like him at all. So even though